What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bad versus Evil, the rule of not two. You guys already know who I am. We lost Road Rants on Star Wars. He'll be back, but I do have the Dog Show here with us today. What's going on, Dog?
Not a whole lot, but a lot happening in the Star Wars universe tonight here. Rhodes just made it back in. Yeah, thanks for having me here, John. Yeah, looking forward to talking some of the teaser trailer today with you, and maybe a little bit of what happened at the with the cast panel today at Star Wars Celebration. So great to be here, John, and appreciate you having me.
Good.
Rhodes made it back in.
Rhodes, what's going on? Did we lose Rhodes still? I guess we did. I know his cat was messing with his headphones, so yeah. So it's kind of crazy. So
the cat saw the teaser too.
Yeah,
got a little excited. And, hello to everybody in the chat there too.
Yeah, Rasmus's here. Mara Jade's here. Ron Doe is here. We have 13 people watching. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you don't mind. And Rose just says, I am not back in, but he will be back in. He better be back in. Do it. Well, lots of stuff to talk about, guys. We're going to be keeping up with the chat and everything. So drop your comments in there. Let us know where you're coming from. Drop your questions in there. Super chats are always appreciated as well if you want to do that. So let's get rocking and rolling right now until Rhodes gets back in. And the bit story of the day is, let's take a guess what it is.
What do you think it is? Out of everything that happened today, I'm going to tell you what I think the biggest.
Oh, I know what it is. The Last Jedi is getting re-released next week.
Oh,
yeah. That's it, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, Last Jedi is getting re-released. Oh, better stop that. I'll start losing subs. But Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. The trailer dropped today at Star Wars Celebration. I watched pretty much the whole hour of the Episode 9 panel. For the most part, I thought the panel was pretty dull for the most part. I thought it could have been a little bit more interesting to me. Stephen Colbert was hosting. He wasn't that good at it. But I think the show stealer was the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. And what are your initial thoughts, Dog, on the trailer? I don't know your initial thoughts on it, so tell me what you thought of the trailer.
So yeah, initially, and we spoke about what we thought, how we thought the trailer was going to be, and I pretty much thought, yeah, it's going to be a fantastic trailer. So, just because they've had outstanding trailers, things of that nature, right? So actually, I was a little underwhelmed. Just a tad bit, at first, especially in the beginning of it.
Yeah, me too. It was the Rey standing on the desert. It was way too long for a trailer with just her doing nothing. So it was. I think he tried to make it kind of like the Force Awakens, where Finn was like huffing and puffing.
Right.
But you felt like there was a sense of urgency right there with him, and it wasn't that long. This one, she just kind of like standing there. She has a lightsaber. and that takes up like almost half of the trailer. I didn't like that.
Right. And then I was half expecting to see like a mall type of saber, right? But I mean, I will say this though, the tone, the setting of everything around there. I mean, it looks outstanding, right?
Right.
So visually, but and then as you saw, like before, I think that's Kylo Ren's ship coming in, right? I just felt like I was some Tusken Raiders were about to come out and attack us, so. But I thought that part looked great, but yeah, just as you said, it was kind of like, okay, what's gonna happen here, right? And then I just kind of I don't know what it is, but like when I don't know when she was running, it just the way the lightsaber looks when people are running kind of looks kind of silly to me a little bit, and
Yeah.
and I was like, why is she running away just to jump up on top of the ship? But that's something we can talk
Yeah.
about down the road though too. But initially, so I was just a hair underwhelmed. But at the same time, I was definitely intrigued by the end of it. When we saw and I'm thinking, okay, what Death Star is that? Is that the one from Yavin 4, or is that the one from Endor?
Yeah.
Probably the one from Endor because that's where Palpatine died, right, or allegedly
Yes.
died, right? And
Yes.
and then we got the
Exactly.
laughter, and but then when they popped the lights on, right, and then you saw Ian McDermott there, right, and I was thinking, oh, he was just kind of trolling us or something, right, because he was like, roll it again, right.
Right.
And but then that's actually in there, so we're gonna see, I'm assuming we're gonna see Palpatine in some sort of form, maybe as the first Sith Force Ghost, maybe.
Right. Right. And Emma Louise, thank you so much for the looks like a $5 Australian super chat. She says, "Hey guys, do you guys did you guys look at who Kylo was fighting? It looks like Chewie." I don't think that was Chewie. It was some guy in a black um outfit. Probably some type of resistance fighter. Um that definitely wasn't Chewie.
Yeah, I didn't
Definitely
think
wasn't
that
Chewie.
was.
Yeah, but thank you for the super chat though.
Yep.
Yeah, wasn't him. Um
Other thing I wanted to say about it, John. Oh, it looked like, and this was something that the way J.J. Abrams was kind of talking to about the film was, he wanted to make sure that this film kind of stood on its own, and there was just so many little hints of trying to get away from whatever happened in the Last Jedi,
I noticed that. I
and
definitely noticed that.
I don't remember really seeing any type of silly situation in this teaser. Come to think of it, there was no jokes of any kind.
No.
Yeah, and then what I also loved about the teaser is like when it ended, right? There wasn't that
Right.
silly joke scene at the end of how like 90% of the trailers we see nowadays, right? They kind of do that, right? They'll have the little jokester at the end, right?
Right.
So,
So,
uh,
but I liked that nobody had one line in the entire trailer. No, it had a Luke voiceover, but that was about it. So you can only, just imagine what was going on in your head without any spoken words. So if you actually look also, what they tried to establish in this trailer is that the last Jedi is gone. It's over. We're retconning a lot of stuff because the first thing that Luke said in that trailer was, "We have passed down all of our knowledge to you." In other words, I think what he's saying is she's been training over this time period since The Last Jedi. That's what I think. Did you get that feel too?
I didn't initially get that feel until I watched your reaction video just recently, John, and you mentioned that I believe in your reaction video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely could be, because that's a great point you make
Yeah.
too. But J.J. Abrams confirmed to us that some time has passed. He didn't say exactly how much time, but he just said, you know, I'm assuming 1 to 3 years has passed, right? Which would
Yeah.
that would satisfy a lot of us if we knew that some of these Force ghosts or something were coming back and they were training Ray, or she's learning something from those books and things of that nature, right? And and again, it just like he mentions how he wanted to make sure the film it could stand on its own, things of that nature, right? They
Right.
and we're not going to see a shirtless Kylo Ren. They definitely mentioned that too. So
No, definitely not going to see a shirtless Kylo Ren in this movie at all. But I'll tell you what I think we will see. Let me just kind of break down
the only
what I
other
think.
thing, real quick, John.
What's that?
The only thing I did miss, I forgot to mention real quick, John, was Billy D. Williams. Was
Yes.
that was we got to hear the Billy D. Williams laugh, and he was sitting next to Chewie. So
Yeah.
but go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
I was going to say this here. This is what I kind of saw from the trailer itself. Now, you may saw my video, but I can only do so much in like 5 minutes. So somebody has some feedback, so you need to put on headphones and mute.
Oh, that's Rhodes. Rhodes made it back in. I was just
Okay.
gonna shoot him an email.
Hey,
Okay.
I had to turn my phone off. I was listening to you guys
Oh.
on my phone.
Okay.
It's like
Sorry about that,
Scope.
guys. My machine locked completely down again.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Go ahead, John.
yeah. I made it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
here.
Good. But what I was gonna say was, if you listen to Luke did not say, "I have passed on everything I know." He said, "We have passed on everything we know." So my theory is that not only Luke has been training Rey, but I think Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're definitely in this movie.
And
I have no doubt about that. I mean, if they established that Palpatine is in this movie, Anakin definitely has to be in the movie.
And also, John, real quickly to get on your point there, right before that, Luke mentions 1,000 generations.
Yes.
Right? And then he talks about passed on, we passed on. So all those 1,000 generations, it could be Anakin and folks from way back, even, right?
Yeah, but this is
Foolish,
but this is the Skywalker saga, and the Skywalker saga has always really been about Anakin.
right.
So even the name of the movie, The Rise of Skywalker.
So yeah,
Some people are reading to that as Rey. I'm not reading that as Rey. That's too obvious, too easy for the movie. I think he's actually talking about either Kylo Ren, who is a Skywalker, or he's talking about Anakin truly bringing balance to the Force. Because I don't want them to like undo everything that was done in Return of the Jedi when Anakin destroyed the Sith, just to have Rey come back and redo it all. I hope that doesn't happen. I really, really don't.
What if this just popped in my head? What if Skywalker is like the name of the new Republic, so to speak?
The name of the New Republic?
Like say the new group that rises, like the new rebellion, basically. They call themselves Skywalker or something.
Nah.
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, so that throws that out, right? So it's either Luke, Rey, or Anakin, and who else could it possibly be, really?
Oh, Kylo Ren.
I think it's Kylo.
That's what I was thinking too.
I just don't.
I think it's Kylo.
It's probably more Kylo Ren than anything.
I mean, his name is really Ben Solo, which
but he's a Skywalker.
he is a Skywalker.
Skywalker blood,
Yeah. And Rose, we haven't heard your thoughts on this yet since you came back. So tell us what you think of everything.
Well, I mean, number one, it was visually stunning.
Yes.
Number two, you couldn't. The tone was completely different than The Last Jedi. I've said before, a lot of people like The Last Jedi trailers. I hated them. I thought they felt different even in the trailers from a Star Wars movie. This felt more like a Star Wars movie again. I didn't see any comedic overtones whatsoever.
No, and that's what the dog had brought up.
Yeah. I noticed no comedic overtones. It was very interesting. JJ said during the panel, he was asked directly how much time is in between The Last Jedi and this movie, and he would not reveal it. He's going to wait and let that So I'm speculating that it's actually longer than the year that
Yeah,
was
that's what I was
heavily
thinking too.
rumored.
That's
I'm thinking probably 3 years.
yeah,
Yeah, I am
1 to
too.
3 years. I'm thinking.
Because I would be more comfortable with it being 3 years later if Ray if because now I think it's pretty much established that Ray has trained now. So I would be more comfortable with her, having all these powers now 3 years later with training than
Yeah,
1 year
yeah,
down the road. So I
yeah.
would feel more
I think
comfortable.
we're going to find out that she actually was trained from Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Luke. I
Yeah.
think we're going to find that out.
And I think they need to
Um,
tell us that
yeah,
because
absolutely. They need to disclose that.
this
Yeah,
Mary Sue thing with Ray is real.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the main reason I don't like Ray. Hopefully J.J. Abrams can make Ray a more likable character, even though I think that's really hard to 3 movies in, especially at The Last Jedi. She was just hated in The Last Jedi. Nobody liked Ray in The Last Jedi.
Um, so, and then of course, I mean, I loved seeing Lando. That was some great nostalgia stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, for me and my my Star Wars, the Lando Chewie Falcon thing is like,
Yeah.
a prereq I had going into this movie, and I'm actually going to speculate that scene is actually at the end of the movie, and the movie is. I don't know that that's going to be the last scene, but that's going to be the last scene we will see them in. I think that's them after everything is over, leaving.
So you think that
Um,
Lando's going to show up probably like in the second or third act of the movie?
I think he's going to show up about he's going to show up about a few minutes into the second act via some sort of a Maz Kanata thing, and then and that's from details that's been leaked. And then he's going to sort of somehow, I don't know how he's participating in the battle. Now that scene of the Death Star,
Yeah. A lot of people didn't catch that at first. I didn't catch it at first. I think it was Star Wars Theory had mentioned it when I watched his video. He mentioned that was the Death Star, and we went back and rewatched it. I was like, that is the Death Star.
Oh yeah, I caught it. I was just wondering, which Death Star is it though?
Yeah.
And once you heard Palpatine laughing, though, I was like, it's probably the one that, from the Battle of Endor.
Yeah. Oh, everything Star Wars is here. Rob is here. Guys, make sure you subscribe to everything Star Wars. Make sure you subscribe to this channel.
Mary Jade, Swags, Hammer, Emma Louise, Princess Elsa. I don't know if you called out everybody.
Not everybody. It's kind of hard to keep up with the chat while we're talking. There's more people in here than a normal Friday night. So,
and of course, number one, the other thing is I like Rise of the Skywalker or Skywalkers or whatever, however they said it.
To me, it doesn't feel like a Star Wars title to me.
I like it a lot more than the rumored titles of Balance of the Force or Will of the Force. I like that Rise of the Skywalker.
Son of Darkness is a better title.
I don't like that at all.
Skywalker,
I don't like that at all.
And then I was just like, okay, so does this mean, that Rey is Skywalker now or something? So that kind of was.
I think this title here definitely confirms that she is not a Skywalker because that is too much of a reveal for a title.
Yeah, I think she's connected to Palpatine is what I think. I still think
probably so.
Connection there.
Probably so because that planet they're on, I don't think that's Endor. But remember, Endor is not an actual planet. It was the forest moon of Endor. Right. So it could have been multiple moons around Endor.
Oh, right.
So that Death Star disk probably fell on another moon or something. And why they going there, I have no idea.
And so that was kind of like what JJ was mentioning. He said, this group is going on an adventure, right? And then that's kind of where he was leading into. This film should be able to stand on its own, right? And that was giving me a little bit of a hope here for that this film could be pretty good, right? And the one thing I did notice though is that Stephen Colbert. I don't know what he was thinking here, but he was like, he asked JJ, he was like, how are you going to have these folks go on an adventure together when they're all split up? And I was just like, WTF kind of thing, right? And I was just like, what's he talking about? Everybody's split up. Everybody's in the same exact spot we left them in.
No, I think he was talking about from the Last Jedi. Everybody was split up.
Yeah, that's when I was like, everybody's on the Millennium Falcon, aren't they?
Yeah, they were.
They're all together. I don't know what he was talking
Yeah.
about. They're all split up. So
yeah, but this is years later too, and I think Rose brought up a good point about it being more than a year because they had to rebuild the rebellion. I don't think they can do that in 1 year. I mean, I wish JJ would just come out and say, like, this movie takes place 5 years after The Last Jedi. Then I would definitely be much more on board with Rey being super badass then.
Anything like 2 years and up maybe would be okay with me.
Yeah, because I don't think she can become a fully trained Jedi in 1 year. I mean, Jedi spend a whole lifetime. They spend like 20 years before they become fully trained Jedi. So,
one thing I wanted to ask you guys also, we hear the Palpatine laughter, right? And Palpatine's one of my favorites, right? It's fantastic, right? But what does this do for like Snoke? And like what was Snoke all about? What was like the whole point of Snoke, basically?
I don't know.
I've got a couple of theories on that.
I feel like Snoke is completely out now.
Okay.
I think he has little to nothing now to do with this movie.
I want you
except
to think
name only.
Think about the most controversial thing that happened in The Last Jedi. Luke Skywalker died.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams names the next movie The Rise of the Skywalker.
Now you got me. You got me thinking it's Luke now.
if that's not a middle finger to the predecessor that directed and wrote the previous film, he literally names the next movie right after the Skywalker faded away. Rise of the Skywalker. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, damn, JJ just gave him the straight up middle finger. And then, he says, okay, you killed Snoke, so I'll just bring Palpatine back. I mean, the hell with it. You killed off a new formidable villain I created. And okay, fine, I'll have to bring Palpatine back. So we'll just skip everybody else and bring the big bad back. I don't know. It's now, instead of just morbid curiosity, now I've got excited morbid curiosity. At least I feel a little tension going into it now,
Yeah.
As opposed to just sort of like, walk in, sit down. God, I hope this is good type of thing.
I'll tell you this though. Guys, everybody knows I don't like The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, but I was excited when The Force Awakens came out. I was like, I'm in. I saw the movie. I'm like, no. Then I saw the Last Jedi trailer. I'm like, all right, I'm in again. I see the movie. I'm like, oh, I'm out. And this trailer comes out. I'm like, I'm in again. I mean, every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. To quote Godfather 3.
Yeah, Michael Corleone
3.
Because they make good trailers. So I'm still trying to be cautious about this. But Palpatine, that Ian McDiarmid is going to deliver as Palpatine. He will. He's my favorite Star Wars character.
Oh, yeah.
The Emperor is so amazing. And that Anakin and Obi-Wan are coming back. And I was talking to my coworker about this. He's a Star Wars fan. I told him, man, what if Palpatine is a Force ghost and Anakin fights him as a Force ghost? Two Force ghosts going at each other, because I think this trailer pretty much established that Palpatine is the main evil in this trilogy now.
Right. Yeah. He's been the puppet master all along.
Right. And we heard a rumor about that before The Force Awakens came out, that Palpatine is back. He's a true bad guy. He's the puppet master pulling all the strings. But and Mara J says Sith can't come back as Force Ghost in canon. Is that really in canon? I don't know about that.
Yeah, but Palpatine might be the first.
Yeah, Palpatine, you got to remember, he was extremely powerful.
Right.
extremely powerful. He was on Yoda's level of power.
Well,
So
he did give a whole speech about cheating death.
yeah,
If anybody remembers that.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean, if you're gonna bring a character back, I mean, you know,
and I think that's going to get referenced in the teachings of Palpatine will probably be referenced in this movie because Palpatine said that Darth Plagueis he became so powerful that
Mhm,
the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, of course,
that's
which he
right.
did, of course. He taught his apprentice everything, and his apprentice killed him in his sleep. So Palpatine learned everything that Plagueis knew, and he got killed. So that's not breaking canon. Then that's really not
Peter
breaking canon.
Saturday, what's up?
Peter Saturday, thank you for joining. I think you're new here. So is that
Yeah, I've seen Peter around actually.
on your
Uh,
channel?
on some channels. I don't know about mine.
Yeah.
But welcome nonetheless.
Yes, welcome. Please smash the like button, guys.
You guys both got the. Well, John mentioned earlier he got to watch the panel. And
Yes.
Rhodes, did you get to watch the panel?
Yeah, I went back and watched it.
So
Yeah.
I was wondering if you guys noticed, like right before they showed the teaser, like JJ was like he had like this big announcement, right, and was trying to get folks hyped, and then he brought out this little droid named Dio,
Yeah, Dio. Yeah.
like Ronnie James Dio, and it was just like it was just kind of like crickets.
Yeah.
And
I don't like the way that droid looks. If you look at it closely, it looks like a damn hair dryer.
Yeah,
I was like,
they said
"Oh."
it was patterned after a megaphone. Is
I was
what they
But
patterned
it looks so fake to me.
you know.
but I was like just I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, it was very quiet in there, and JJ just kind of looked like a little bummed out. If you get a chance to check it out.
Yeah, and that droid is in the trailer too, I believe, and I missed it.
Yeah, it's so quick. I don't, and that was another great point because yeah, you barely see like BB-8 in there too. So like all the kind of little comedic things like Rhodes was talking about earlier. Yeah, that stuff's all out of there, right? The tone was definitely quite opposite the Last Jedi.
Yeah. Spinal Tap is here. Welcome.
Well, that's exactly who they named that droid after. Dog.
Ronnie James
Specific.
Dio.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams is a big fan. I read that.
Too.
Wait,
Yeah.
who was it named after?
Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an old rocker from the 80s.
Gotcha.
Black Sabbath after Ozzy had left. And
Yeah, it does. It looks like a good trailer. I don't know. We've got what, 2 more trailers coming?
That wasn't even really the full trailer. That was a teaser.
Yeah. I've heard we've actually got. I heard there's 2 more teasers, actually, and then in October there's going to be the regular what they consider to be full trailer that they drop every time.
See, I was expecting this to be a full trailer since they started so late.
No. I mean, it was a little. They called it a teaser, but it was over. Technically, it was over 2 minutes.
when does Lion King?
But one of them is going to show Luke, or is supposed to show Luke.
Well, the race scene on the desert, that was like half of the trailer right there. So
right,
that took up a lot. I wasn't expecting it to take up.
You remember that at all, Rhodes, when the Lion King releases?
The other trailers, one of the teasers is supposed to be with in-game.
Okay, I was thinking they'd do one possibly with when they release Lion King. I didn't know when Lion King was coming out.
Well, it's funny you say that because to me, really, if you were going to put the first one's supposed to be, or I guess it would be the second one, is supposed to be with in-game. And then the third one is supposed to be with Aladdin. But I would think the Lion King would be a lot better property to put that third trailer, because the third trailer is supposed to be heavy on your old characters, Lando, Luke, and Leia. And I think that's the wrong crowd. I wouldn't put that trailer with Aladdin. I'd put that
No, I put
trailer
it.
with
They need.
Endgame.
They need to put it. They need to have a trailer with Endgame.
Yeah,
They
I agree.
really need one. I mean, that movie is going to have the most people probably ever watching it. And if they want to make $1 billion with this movie, they need to get this trailer out in as many eyes as possible. Because I'm still sticking that this movie won't make $1 billion. I'm still sticking to that. So they're really going to have to market the hell out of this movie, because The Last Jedi still did a whole lot of damage. This trailer, the excitement for it, doesn't really change anything as far as how good the movie will be or how much damage The Last Jedi did.
Right.
That's-
I still think. I mean, I've still been calling over $1 billion. I think it's a 1 point. It's pretty much a 1.2, 1.3.
Oh, you
$1 billion
dropped it down a little bit now.
Oh, I think there's still a chance it could hit 1.5. I mean,
I'm
you
still
know,
sticking to 900 million.
I've said you've got three sets of fans right now. You've got the fans that hate absolutely everything that Disney's put out. Then you've got fans that doesn't like a lot of what they put out, but like some of the stuff they put out. And then you've got fans that slurp everything regardless of the product. You know, I refer to them as the logo lovers.
Yeah.
If they see a Star Wars logo, they're gonna go see it or they're gonna consume it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a lot of people, you know, the Force Awakens fans that are pissed off at Rian Johnson are you know, are gonna want to see this movie, like myself. And then I don't know. These movies making, like, say, 1.5 billion, it's all got to do with multiple viewings. Okay, a lot of people are going to see this movie once, but is it going to be good enough that it's going to bring people in to see it 3, 4, 5,
times.
6, 7 times? Right?
Yeah.
That's where they really start pushing that total up the chain. You know?
Right.
So Hammer's saying something down here. Rey running in the desert was kind of similar to Qui-Gon and Anakin running from Maul in the Phantom Menace.
Nah, I don't think so. So running from,
well,
they weren't ever running from Maul in the Phantom Menace.
Doesn't Qui-Gon say, Anakin, drop?
Yeah, he tells him to drop, but they were running back to the ship at first. Then he says, Anakin, drop, and then he tries to fend them off.
Yeah. But I know that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, they do a force run in the Phantom Menace at the beginning, but they would never actually, like, running. Oh, I see what he's saying. He's talking about that desert scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't.
I thought it looked silly with her running with that lightsaber. It just looks silly with it going up and down like that, the way she runs.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was just chuckling the way she was running with the lightsaber.
Yeah, remember that was like a deleted scene in The Last Jedi too. She was running on the beach with the lightsaber.
Yeah, that had me cracking up then too. I was like, it just looks silly.
Yeah.
Usually, like when they jump into something, then they ignite them or something like that. They usually don't have to really run with them ignited like that.
Yeah. Oh, and Naomi Akin named her character. I don't remember what her name was.
Jana or
something like that. Yeah. But I don't get the feeling that she's Lando's daughter.
No.
Not from that picture. It looks like she's like like she's a tribal person or something like that.
I think that, yeah, when I saw that picture, I was getting like the Solo, a Star Wars story vibe a little bit when I saw that picture, you know, so it was, one of the pictures I didn't really care for.
Yeah. And I'll tell you guys this here. I don't know if you guys caught this or not, but when they introduced the panel, they had J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy come out first. And Kathleen Kennedy, she didn't answer, or she wasn't even asking any like real Star Wars questions, you know? And I remember Stephen Colbert asked her, what was it like on the last day of the set? And she really didn't even answer the question. And she like kind of like deferred to JJ. I was like, she's not gonna know because I doubt if she was really ever on the set very much. That's my opinion on it. But I don't think she was around very much because J.J. Abrams, for one thing, he was actually working out of Bad Robot. He wasn't even working out of Lucasfilm for this movie. So Kathleen Kennedy, she's just a figurehead. You know, I've never actually heard her answer one Star Wars specific question once. Like Kevin Feige, you can ask him about the MCU all day long.
All she did was,
Yeah.
First she said, I love Chicago, right, to get like some folks to back her, right, just so she got a few claps for that, and then he really started mentioning George, right, like it just seemed like every other word out of her mouth was George.
Yes,
and then like, we have a responsibility to our fans, and that's what we do constantly, rah rah, and then like she would laugh at her own kind of jokes or the things she would say, and it was just crickets.
Right.
Every time she was laughing at herself or something. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not.
Yeah, she's not very well liked.
Well, I noticed something, and Dog brought it up. They brought her out with JJ.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
They brought her out with JJ. And they got Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert was not going to ask any hard questions. I mean, they should have got Tucker Carlson to come out and ask questions. That would have been very, very interesting. But Stephen Colbert, he's not going to ask any hard questions. None whatsoever.
Rosvin asked, what if The Mandalorian is somehow connected to episode 9? I don't know that it'll be connected to 9, but could, depending on how long that show runs, let's say it gets 4 or 5 seasons, I think you could see the beginning formings of the First Order on that show, possibly.
Yeah.
Very early stages, First Order. Rosman says those sand troopers from the trailer may be Mandalorians. They are actually First Order troopers with jetpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we saw flying through the desert.
Yeah, and I think that the red stormtroopers, what they call the Sith stormtroopers, I think that's going to be in the movie. I still think that poster is fake. Because even though they use that same poster and they put some kind of fake title that was coming out that they put out like early this morning or yesterday, I think that poster is completely fake now because they put another fake title on it last night saying this is the title of episode 9. So that poster, it's not real. I just don't believe it. It's not real.
Oh, that other poster that came out?
Yeah. One with C-3PO with the crossbow.
Yeah,
that's not Definitely not real. But I was surprised though.
Now the art and everything on it, I think, is real. I don't think the actual somebody put that logo on there after the fact, but the initial leaked art that had no writing on it or nothing, just the characters. That's going to end up being real. Now, it may not be the poster, but that's going to be some kind of promotional art of some kind for the movie. I don't know what it will be, or they may scrap it.
Yeah. I'll say this also. Mike Zero got something right. If I'm not mistaken, Mike Zero said I think Mike Zero said that Kylo Ren was reforging his helmet with like these red crystals, Kuiper crystals or something like that. You saw that in the trailer. He was right about that.
Yeah, he was right about that.
He was right about that. And there was another thing that he covered like 5 months ago or so, talking about like Rey doing a stunt, jumping over like a TIE fighter. He covered that too. He nailed that one too.
Yep, he sure did.
Mike Zero's building up his credibility now.
I remember when, Luke Skywalker, he made his own lightsaber. Kylo just rebuilds his own helmet.
Yeah, because Mike Zero had an in-depth breakdown on his channel. I would check it out if I were you guys. It's like 10 minutes long. It's not a typical Mike Zero video is him breaking down everything in the trailer. It's a pretty good video. So check it out on Mike Zero's channel.
This is something I absolutely think Rosvin is right on. That is not Kylo flying that TIE interceptor at Rey. I can tell you that right now.
It may be his new apprentice.
No, he's saying it's General Hux.
That's it came out.
In that,
or something.
I hadn't thought about Hux. I thought it
Me
was going
neither.
to be maybe one of the Knights of Ren, but yeah, that makes a lot more sense. General Hux makes a ton of sense in the narrative I've heard in this movie. So maybe Rey's gonna. I think Kylo ends up killing Hux.
Yeah, because Hux wears black gloves too.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Captain Phasma because Boyega said she dead.
she did.
Geo Bricks, he is fired up today. You know he is fired up today.
Yes.
The Star Wars trailer is out. Yay. He is working on a Lego recreation of the Episode 9 trailer. All right.
Can't wait for Palpatine. Yes. I can't.
What
Well, what form are we going to see him in? That's what I'm curious about. What form will we see Palpatine in? Because if you guys didn't see this episode 9 panel, when the trailer ended with Palpatine's laugh, it ends and on stage is Ian McDermott, who plays the Emperor. And he says in Palpatine's voice, "Roll it again." And they play the trailer again. So they were really trying to establish that it's Palpatine. He is in this movie.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it.
That was the confirmation right there. I mean, they weren't even trying to hide it. So I was actually surprised that they would put that in the trailer. But I think that Disney and Lucasfilm, they know the stakes for this movie. They need to get butts and seats. And they know now, I think, that Rey, Poe, and Finn will not get people in the theater. They need somebody like Palpatine. They need Luke. That's why I said Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're coming. Because those people can get people in seats. Now, if that truly happens, then yeah, probably this movie could get over $1 billion. If you have classic characters and respect the past, which they haven't really done at all in the sequel trilogy.
Princess Elsa asks, what will happen with Princess Leia? Will she die or how will she die? I do not believe she died in this movie.
She's not going to die. That's just way too sensitive.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kill the past or whatever, or
oh man,
past die, kill it if you have to. And now JJ's like, oh yeah, bring back Billy D. Williams, bring back Palpatine.
One thing that did bother me about the trailer, it did have a major Last Jedi connection. Luke says, no one's ever really gone. I was like, oh God. You did such a great job of destroying the Last Jedi. Then you have him put that line in. Right. Because even when Luke says that line, Luke is still being a coward. I couldn't take that. I didn't like that.
I hope he figures out a way to force manipulate back into the real realm, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
That'll be the true rise of Skywalker. Luke comes back.
Maybe Luke
becomes king.
Luke, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Palpatine all come back to life, and they all have to fight to the death. Because there has to be something really, really big, for them to bring, the Death Star back into it, Palpatine back into it.
Yeah, Star Wars trial by combat.
Yeah. Yeah. And I got to give them credit, man. Star Wars, they've won the day so far. I mean, it's been all about Avengers Endgame, and they won the day today.
Yeah, episode 9 sucked the air out of it today. Anyway.
Yeah,
they'll own the weekend.
Well,
and then
no. They're gonna own.
Right back in game.
Sunday is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is gonna own Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So they'll own. I'll give Star Wars to about Tuesday, but then you're back into Endgame, and Endgame starts the following week after that. and I already have my ticket. So, but Endgame is my most anticipated movie of the year, but I'm still a Star Wars fan. I'm still a much bigger Star Wars fan than I am an MCU fan. And I absolutely 100% think that Avengers Endgame will be a better movie than Episode 9. I have no doubt about that in my mind. But man, the juices are getting me for Star Wars now.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just being naive. I know it because I get sucked in by the trailer and I'm going to walk in, probably be disappointed with the movie.
What's up, D. Carey?
D. Carey, what's going on? He says, still not getting me to come back. Kitchen sink was strong in this one. D. Carey.
Oh, something we need to talk about right quick. I hate to rain on the parade, but did y'all see the story where Bob Iger says films are taking a hiatus?
I kind of briefly saw that. I think
Yeah.
John Talks put a video on that, but I haven't read up on it.
Yeah. I read about it.
But that's not really a surprise because they're not filming any movies this year anyway.
Okay, exactly. I mean, and I want to point something out. If they're not going to have another movie next year,
they're going to have something the following year.
Well, by the time they get around to actually making another movie, Kathleen Kennedy will be gone.
Right.
Yeah. So this is my theory on that. The Game of Thrones guys go into production this year, I believe. They'll probably start filming next year in 2020, and you're going to have a 2021 Star Wars movie released. And they're going to do that trilogy, probably every 2 years. Rian Johnson's trilogy is not seeing a light of day, folks.
No.
It's
Never.
not.
Never.
I mean, because they already have everything planned out. Let's say even if they keep the Game of Thrones guys 3 years down the road, and they put out a movie every other year, that's 9 years. Rian Johnson's trilogy is not happening.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think that's also why Kathleen Kennedy, back on the point of where they were saying that things are going to be on a hiatus, and Kathleen Kennedy made a point of, this is the third part, right? The ending thing, as she was constantly using George's name, right? But she was trying to make a point that, this was the end story of what was happening here with these 3 movies, right? And I think that was kind of capitalizing on what was happening, that this, there's going to be a break, if you will.
Yeah, because Disney, they actually believe in Star Wars fatigue. I don't believe in that. I believe in bad movie fatigue.
Right.
That's what I believe in. But they believe in Star Wars fatigue. Truly, it's not going to happen. Rian Johnson's trilogy is done. It's over. Completely over.
I will ask this question, and we can get feedback here from the chat. I think we all feel like that Kathleen Kennedy's sort of been, for lack of a better term, spayed at this point. Okay.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, the number one most insulting thing to this whole deal is Rian Johnson still technically being involved with Lucasfilm. Am I right in feeling that way? Because that's the way I feel. That's the one thing that angers me the most about everything involving Lucasfilm is Rian Johnson still technically being involved.
I did notice J.J. Abrams, the only time they mentioned Rian Johnson, right, he said, I wanted to thank Rian Johnson, and the only thing he thanked him for was for Kelly Marie Tran. That was the only thing he thanked him for.
Hey, it may be like this here, Rose. Think of this. Caitlyn Jenner is technically a man. So technically Rian Johnson still has his trilogy.
Yeah.
But technically, Caitlyn Jenner's always going to be a man.
It still rubs me the wrong way.
Right, I got you.
Not it chaps my ass to no end that his name is still connected with Star Wars somewhere. I mean, now if they want to come out and do I think there's some legitimacy to the idea that he may end up getting 3 Disney Plus original movies? Yeah, I mean, I do think that could happen.
Low budget ones.
Yeah, exactly. Because they'll give him, they'll let him have his hands on that technology that the Mandalorian's using that's keeping those budgets down, and say, hey, you go make a Star Wars movie for 75 million, and then all the SJWs that want to go support it, and they don't have to tie a box office number to it either.
I don't
right?
think I don't think that's gonna
Netflix.
happen. I don't think it's gonna happen like that. That's just
I
going
mean,
to Star Wars should not be a low budget product. It shouldn't. I mean, there's better directors out there. Hell, Ryan Coogler's out there. I'm pretty sure Ryan Coogler could write and direct a great Star Wars movie. He's already in the MCU family. He's in the Disney family. He's right across the hall. You can bring him in. Since it's always talking about diversity and everything. And they say, oh, too many white males and stuff. Ryan Coogler is a black, talented, extremely talented filmmaker. Go get him.
yeah.
He's light years better than Rian Johnson. So, Lucasfilm, put your money where your mouth is.
They really want to think outside the box, so go get Antoine Fuqua. That's my dude right there. I like every movie he's made. Training Day, Tears of the Sun. Yeah.
I love Training Day. That's a great movie, man.
Yeah.
I wonder how many memes are going to get made of Kathleen Kennedy laughing, though, today.
Oh, does she look weird to you guys? There's something about her that just, she almost seems like she's not even listening.
I'll tell you this: the only good thing about Kathleen Kennedy is she looks great for her age, man. She's like 67 years old, and she looks about 50.
It's CGI is crazy nowadays.
That's the only good thing I can say about her. So
they're doing amazing things with OBS live streams these days.
Oh, we got to talk about one other thing, man. One of the biggest criticisms of The Last Jedi was Rose Tico. And there was a Rose Tico showing. I think it was just a picture, I believe. I don't know if she was in the trailer or not.
She was not in the trailer. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah. But they did show a picture of Rose Tico in the film standing next to Rey. And I was thinking, man, she looks so much better than she did in The Last Jedi. I mean, I know it's just one picture.
Oh, yeah, they brightened up the costume. She has like a light beige.
Her hair's different. Yeah.
I actually think I think we may not hate her in this movie. Let's put it that way.
She can't be any worse.
And I think that was part of JJ's jab with, at least he gave her me, or, he gave me her.
Yeah.
And he pointed at her because I think he's like, watch me write her into a much better character,
Yeah. And I got to say this too, man. I was happy for Kelly Marie Tran. She got a great ovation when they started introducing her. She got a real great ovation. And that just shows you, Star Wars fans didn't run her off Instagram or Twitter, whatever it was,
Well, he was playing cheerleader a little bit too.
Here's something else, and I thought about this exact thing after I saw the trailer and realized she wasn't in it. Well, that tells you right there they're sort of taking the marketing, they're swerving it off the Last Jedi stuff that they know people had an issue with. But let's think about something else. Rian Johnson managed to take 2 really good actors/actress in Laura Dern and Benicio del Toro and make them utterly fucking terrible. How do you make and I want you to think about when's the last time you had seen Benicio del Toro be that awful in anything? Because I could not think of anything. I was like, the dude is been good in bad movies. Okay,
Yes.
he was fucking good in Excess Baggage with Alicia Silverstone 20 years ago. That movie fucking sucked, but he was great.
I love him as the collector in the MCU movies.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
just a small role, and like, man, he's really good.
All right, yeah, he's pretty good at that.
But DJ, my God, he was horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
That's Jar Jar level.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks is way better than DJ. Light years better than DJ. And Laura Dern, everybody loves Jurassic Park.
yeah,
Lord,
I didn't hate that Wolfman remake either. I saw Mary J.
Oh,
didn't
I
like it.
I like that Wolf. You're talking about him and Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah,
That wasn't
yeah,
too bad. That wasn't too bad.
yeah.
But Laura Dern, I mean, everybody loves her in Jurassic Park. She was atrocious in The Last Jedi.
Yeah. What was she in way back in the day where she was so good? Was that Wild at Heart? Yeah, yeah, she was good in that. And she's been good in other movies, you know. They are really having it. They are getting into it about some MCU in the chat. They are not a big fan of MCU comedy, which is one of my issues with MCU movies too. Really, I don't love MCU comedy.
You don't like Ant-Man?
It's okay. I
Oh,
mean,
I
it's
like Ant-Man.
okay. It's okay. I mean, Ant-Man is certainly not one of my favorites, and I've just started a mission to rewatch all the Marvel movies prior to Endgame. Which, by the way, guys, I did get my Thursday night preview ticket.
And that reminds me, we're going to have a special Bad versus Evil on Friday.
Segue.
Because I have Thursday night tickets too, and we're going to have Bad versus Evil that day. And we're going to do a review of Avengers Endgame. Non-spoiler, of course, because we know a lot of people probably haven't seen it yet. But maybe we'll jump into some spoilers. Just cover years.
That's better.
Yeah. Just cover years.
Yeah. Yeah, Deadpool's a different kind of movie though. I mean, it's not MCU technically.
It's Marvel.
Yeah, but it's sort of, I mean, you know, Deadpool is a complete and total wise ass. That is his character, and that's just sort of like I mean, I can deal with that, plus it's more adult, you know. But anyway,
Marvel's gonna win. Doesn't matter.
You know what I was also thinking about the episode 9 trailer? That beginning scene with Rey standing in the sand. I think some of that was shot just for the trailer. You know, just her kind of like just standing there waiting. Let me pull out the lightsaber and ignite it. I think some of that was just for the trailer.
Yeah, maybe even that running with the lightsabers cut out too, like the old one was, like you said earlier, John.
Yeah. I mean, even her like doing that jump, that may not be in the movie.
Yeah, the Matrixx.
Yeah, that may not be in the movie. I don't want them to Matrix up, you know. Well, Ryan Johnson already did that, so
right.
Well. I was just waiting for Neo to show up on Crate.
How do you think this trailer is laid out? Do you think the continuity of the trailer matches the continuity of the film? In other words, do you think the Death Star scene is in the third act, and do you think that desert scene is in the first act?
It's kind of hard to tell.
I think the Death Star is earlier in the film.
I do too. I think it's in the first act of the movie.
I think Palpatine is coming pretty early in the first act.
Yeah,
I really, really do. So I just don't know what kind of mission they're going to be on. Or
if he wants us to be a movie that's going to stand on its own, he's going to have to establish a great villain. You know, right off the bat, and yeah, you're going to have to establish your villain in the first act. You know, don't wait around until like basically the third act, like with the Count Dooku, like kind of later into the movie, right? I would definitely go with the first act, like you're saying, Rhodes.
Well, I think that desert scene is I'm thinking that is in the third act of the movie. because you remember the wrap up photo that they took where it had Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, and Daisy Ridley,
Oh yeah, hugging each other.
and they were all hugging each other.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I'll tell you about the way JJ shoots movies, he shoots movies in the order that the scenes play out in the movie.
Really?
Okay. He doesn't.
Oh, we lose Rhodes for a second.
Yeah, I think we lost Rhodes.
But it sounds like he was saying that he doesn't like jump order, chronologically, things of that nature. Right?
Yeah.
He stays pretty chronological to the script as he's shooting. That sounds like what Rhodes was trying to.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of filmmakers that shoot in chronological order. I wouldn't do it. I mean,
No, I would, especially if you needed like certain settings and things of that nature, you're gonna,
right, exactly. That's why you should follow what the production managers and all those people do. They schedule all of that. That's the way I would shoot it around.
Right.
So that's just me.
Yeah, and then doing a Star Wars film, maybe he can't do it that way. Doing a Star Wars film, I don't know if he did it that way for Force Awakens or not, though. Question.
I don't know. But actually, they're about to start doing reshoots, I believe. I think is it this month or next month? They're going to be doing reshoots, I think, for episode 9. I don't remember. Do you remember, Dog?
I'm sorry, I missed you there, John.
Oh, do you know when they're going to start reshoots? I think it's this month that they're going to start doing it.
He only mentioned that they were editing, and that kind of process, sound kind of stuff like that, but he never mentioned anything about reshoots.
Yeah.
So I don't have that information.
Yeah. Princess also asked, was Carrie Russell in the trailer? I didn't see her. No, she was not in the trailer. Actually, I don't think none of the really new people were in the trailer. They really were trying to sell us on the characters that we know. And that's what I think they really needed to do. No need in really introducing new characters that nobody cares about, because there's a lot of states on the line with this.
Right.
Yeah.
They even kind of showed that with the way they introduced the panel, right? They what was left of original characters, basically, right? They introduced them separately, right? Anthony Daniels and Billy D. Williams, right?
Right.
And all the new cast members are the new Star Wars generation, if you will, right? They all brought them all out together.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Rose just texted me. He said his computer locked again.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's coming back or not. We'll have to see. Where are we at? So I think we're pretty much on the bonus round now. So you guys keep dropping more questions in the chat.
I'm just digging through my notes here to make sure I didn't miss any.
Yeah, Dog Show has a whole notebook of notes.
Yeah.
I wish I was that prepared, coming out for a show, but I just kind of wing it.
Everything. Oh, the one, I don't know if you caught that, John. I thought that was pretty funny by Billy D, though, because pretty much he was just kind of sitting there saying, "This is sweet. This is so great." Getting paid again or something like that. That was kind of funny, right? But then,
he said something about I love money. I don't mind the money or something like that.
He also says to JJ, because he was talking about Lando getting a bad rap for selling out Han Solo back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So he says, "Hey, everything worked out and everything." And he looked at JJ and he was like, "Did anyone die?" Right?
Yeah.
Crowd started laughing, but I thought that was pretty
well, technically in Empire Strikes Back, Lando told Vader, he said, "Lord Vader, we only use this facility for carbon freezing. You put him in there, it might kill him."
Right.
But he didn't stop Vader from putting Han Solo in the carbon freezing.
And how could he? Right?
Yeah.
And he was making that point, but he was just basically like, it was just kind of funny how he just looked at JJ and he was like, "Did anyone die?"
Yeah, this deal keeps getting worse all the time. It does. Yeah, but Lando, he's flying the Falcon. I'm glad we saw him in the pilot seat and not Rey. From what I hear, Rey has her own ship now, some other ship she's going to be flying in this movie. So What are the little things that we?
The one thing you guys mentioned before how they were going to meet Lando, and I think there was a transition where, we went from that Ray Matrix scene kind of thing, right? And I think they kind of showed a little city or something, right? But it almost looked like one of those Cloud City ships, if you notice that. I mean, it was really kind of quick. Maybe I missed something, or it was a different ship altogether, but it almost looked like one of the the twin pod ships from Cloud City, basically.
Yeah.
But it was like a night scene. So I was kind of thinking maybe that had something to do with getting Lando. Just when I saw that ship, it kind of gave me the Cloud City ship vibe.
Actually, why don't we do this here? Let's just rewatch the trailer right now. Let's do that. Let's do that and just kind of like go through it one more time. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Do you have it pulled up, Rhodes? I mean, not Rhodes. Dog.
I can here in a second.
Yeah, and we can just kind of go through it, and we just count down like 3, 2, 1, and press play. Then we can kind of go. Sorry, we won't be able to see the chat because I have it on another window open.
Wonder what will pop up first.
Yeah.
Dog, really? I pop up first? No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. Really? That guy?
Yeah. Make sure you have the sound muted too.
All right. Oh, 1 second.
Butterfly Effect says Rise of the Mary Sue.
Okay, I got it muted.
Oh, you got it?
Buddy, I'm like 2 seconds into it. I can see the Lucasfilm logo.
Okay, go back to the beginning. So then I'll count down. We press play.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Dun, 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 dun.
I got this on MTV International. That's the first thing that popped up.
I'm watching it on Entertainment Tonight. I haven't watched Entertainment Tonight in years.
Yeah.
Look at her breathing.
I'm thinking this is probably Jakku right here.
Oh, yeah, more than likely. Or, maybe possibly Tatooine.
I think this is Jakku though right here.
Tatooine with all the rocks there. We might be out beyond the Dune Sea.
Could be.
She's still just staring and breathing. Yeah. Every generation
has a legend.
As Luke Skywalker is talking to us. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, I thought some Tusken Raiders were going to come out, or I'd see a sand speeder here, but then.
Yeah, I think this is probably more Jakku.
So she ignites her saber and then runs away to kind of attack it or something. I don't know what's going on here.
EVS said that she looked like Michael Jackson in that stance. He put a video out. It's Christmas.
Right here.
What planet is that?
Yeah, did you see that ship right there? Or is that maybe that's an A-wing?
Yeah.
I thought it was one of those twin pods for a second, John.
Yeah.
And then
Lando.
It was so quick with the new droid in there.
Remind me, I got to mention something about Lando when we get done with this.
Other speeders there too. Like kind of like on Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was the medal from A New Hope. That's either Han Solo's or Luke's.
Oh, thank you.
See, that's the Death Star right there.
Right. I like how they got the waves there too, and it gives you that feel of Coruscant, or not Coruscant. What was the planet where all the clones were at? Forget.
Oh, Geonosis.
The one where it was like all water. The actual cloning facility.
Yeah, Oh, I'm sorry. Camino.
Camino. Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was like with a K or C or something, but
yeah.
Camino. It kind of gives that tone, that feel. One of the rare things I liked about Attack of the Clones was that Camino scene.
Rhodes said it could be Jeddah. I don't think it's Jeddah, but
I got a feeling he took us back to Tatooine.
Yeah, could be. But I was gonna say Lando. He's wearing the same outfit from Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Right. I know
so,
too. I was like,
you mean to tell me Lando? He's not keeping up with the times, because this movie takes place 30 years after 30 plus years. So overall, from Solo: A Star Wars Story, it's like 55 years or something like that. And he's wearing the same outfit. That's like me. That's like me wearing stuff from the 1960s today.
Yeah,
I think they could have did something different with his wardrobe.
And thanks, Mara Jade. Yeah, I'm fired. I can't believe I forgot that.
Yeah,
I'm back.
All right, that's the end of the show, folks. Thank you.
You missed it. Yeah, and forgive me when I was saying, "Oh my God," earlier when you were talking about Friday. I was thinking of the other thing we had coming up Friday.
Oh,
Good Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good Friday is next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 4-day weekend. I'm off on Thursday, so I'm going to be putting out content for you guys. Lots of content. Man, I cannot believe this. My guys, I know I meant to bring up something in this live stream. My episode 9 reaction is getting downvoted.
What?
I got 8 thumbs down, 39
why?
thumbs up. I don't know. I mean, they've been hammering my videos pretty hard, man. Like my JJ Abrams video I did a couple of days ago, when JJ Abrams gave that interview talking about how he had nothing to work with this movie. And if you read everything he was saying, didn't you get the feeling like Star Wars Episode 9 is in a lot of trouble?
Definitely. Yeah.
It's not in a good state, that's for sure.
No. I put out that video and I probably had about 70 thumbs up, I would say, and probably like 11 to 15 thumbs down. As soon as the episode 9 trailer dropped, the YouTube algorithm went in my favor and started really pushing out the video. I mean, it was getting like 400 views an hour or something like that. And all of the butthurt soy boys came out and started downvoting it. It has 76 thumbs down now. And this is like since noon. It has 117 thumbs up. But they just been hammering me on this video. Some of them are saying, did you even see the trailer? Like, man, the video came out 2 days ago. Are you guys not thinking? Maybe some of you guys are in the chat right now. I don't know. But if you're new here, the video was put out a couple of days ago. I'm saying the exact same thing everybody else is saying. And I am quoting JJ Abrams. He said he had nothing to work with. He almost said no, he didn't want to come back. And if you read between the lines, you know why he didn't want to come back.
All right. I mean,
yeah, he said he didn't know where to take the story.
He was the man is trying to do the impossible to make this movie watchable.
They killed off one of the greatest heroes in cinematic history, right? And then took away the villain that he created also. So it was like, what am I supposed to do? So, hey, he's bringing Palpatine back.
Yeah, I mean, these guys just don't get it, man. I mean,
and by the way, he approved of he liked Colin Trevorrow's script, but
they threw it out.
There were characters there that he couldn't use in the script, so he had to throw it out.
Yeah.
So thanks, Kathleen Kennedy.
I mean, some of these people, these people come out right after the trailer drops. Like, what are you saying? This is going to be another $1 billion. This movie will be fine. It's just people just listen, jumping on the bandwagon.
The film could make 1.3 billion and still be trash. The
Last
Jedi made 1.3 billion and was trash.
The movie could have made $6 billion. It doesn't matter. This one guy on the video says 9 trailers out. Well, why are you telling me that? I rated this video 2 days ago. And this is the one I was talking about. Laugh out loud. Have you seen the trailer, my guy? You utterly misinterpret that interview. Like over the top, didn't get it. Of course I saw the trailer because the trailer came out today. The video I put out came out 2 days ago.
Sorry, I didn't.
Don't you get it?
1.21 gigawatts necessary to go into the future 2 days.
No, and I'm not taking anything I said back because at the end of that video I said I asked, do I expect this trailer to be good? Yeah, I expect the trailer to be good because they make good trailers. But now all of these soy boys think that episode 9 is going to change the world now since this trailer. But why didn't you guys say anything a couple of days ago when this video was out? Oh, you have nothing to say now. So they wait until, something excites them, get in their favor. So somebody even said, I'm not even a Star Wars fan. Like, really? I've been a Star Wars fan since 1983. And the guy that says, we'll talk tomorrow, he never showed up in this chat.
Hammer, you're absolutely right. JJ's bringing back Sidious because Snoke got cut in half. I agree with that 142%.
Yeah, and Sidious will get butts and seats. People love the Emperor. And that laugh, oh man, that laugh. Because really, I wasn't overly excited for the trailer. And when I heard that laugh, I was like, oh.
You saw my reaction. I was like, whoa,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I saw that reaction.
Because I didn't catch on there was a Death Star in the scene before. I went back and watched it. And then I started watching the trailer again and again. I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel it a little bit more now. Starting to feel a little bit more. But how would you rank this trailer as far as trailers in the sequel trilogy?
I've got it ahead of all the Last Jedi trailers.
I was cracking up. Yeah, you folks get a chance, watch John and Rhodes's reaction to the trailers, and when you hear Palpatine's voice with both of them, the reaction.
my mouth is just wide open.
John, have you watched my reaction yet?
Yeah, I think I commented on it too.
Oh, okay.
Rhodes is awesome too, because once he hears Luke Skywalker voice, he starts looking at the camera, and you just see the gleam in his eyes and stuff, and he's just freaking into it, buddy.
Yeah,
it's a treat to see. So
Hamill, I mean that voice, you're like, man, that's Luke. That's Luke. I mean, it's still cool, is regardless of how shitty everything's gone. You're like, damn, that's still Luke.
Yeah. Well, I guess
I think any characters will die in episode 9?
Yep. Chewie Lando. That's who I got.
Chewie and Lando are not gonna die. General Hux is a dead man. I can tell you that.
That's what John was telling us earlier. He was like, "That's what's going on right there." When we saw Billy D and Chewie, they're doing the purple hair move.
Yeah, they're toast, I think.
Hux is dead. I think there's an outside shot. Kylo dies. I think there's an outside shot. Rey dies.
That'd be awesome if Rey died.
And I think Finn and or Poe. I think they're done for.
I don't think so. I think they'll live.
I think one of the two could end up being out of there.
Because I don't think that. I think the death should come from more important characters
instead of ancillary characters.
I mean,
I agree.
I agree. You get a little workout, get a little warm up in first, right? So, like, he takes out Tico and some of these other ones too. Immediate.
Oh man!
So just a warm up.
A death fitting of Rose Tico. Oh, that's good. Maz Kanata dying wouldn't be such a horrible deal. No.
She may only be in the movie briefly.
Yeah, I think so.
Very, very briefly.
I got the over under on 2 minutes of screen time.
The only one thing I did miss was how JJ had mentioned, about Carrie Fisher a bit, and he was talking about how she was gonna live on throughout this movie, and he really mentioned Billy Lord's character as well. So I think Billy Lord, her character, is gonna get a little bit more stuff possibly going on too.
Yeah, because it seems like Billy Lord's character has just been in the movies just because she's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Right.
So I would like to see something a little bit more from her. I really would.
Rosvin says Grace Randolph said that the pilot flying the TIE silencer against Jumping Ray is actually Kerry Russell's character, a bounty hunter working for the First Order. Huh. That's interesting.
Carrie Russell. I think I heard that.
Because I had actually heard that she was working for the Resistance. So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
But it kind of, I could see that. I can tell you right now, that's not Kylo. It's way, way, way too obvious.
Hey, you
It's
guys.
not going to be Kylo.
Hey, you guys, hold the fort for a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
I just figured that was him because it just looks like a ship. They're showing who the, the big showdown. But yeah. Hopefully Palpatine's the main villain in this whole thing, and might say.
Oh, I think he's gonna be the puppet master. He's gonna be the one pulling the strings on this whole deal. I can't wait to find out. I wonder if he's just gonna come out and be like, "Yeah, Snoke was my errand boy," or my, dog shit on the bottom of my shoe type thing.
All right. Is it true DiCaprio almost played Anakin in the prequels? Are you talking?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I guess it would have had to been the older version. But I haven't heard that one.
Take care, Mara Jade. Thanks for showing.
Yep, bye, Mara
Yeah,
Jade.
the Senate started not too long ago, I know. I am looking to see if anything else. Oh, I did want to read this. A guy interviewed JJ after the panel, and Palpatine is 100% back in this movie with an active role. Okay.
I'm back.
So I'm back.
But I wonder. I just still can't believe that they actually gave away Palpatine being in the movie. I really thought that it would have been very secretive.
Oh no, they need to get some juice back into the Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
That was definitely the way to do it there.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm surprised they had the guts to do it.
Right. Oh, right. But I think it's a wise move on their part, business wise.
And I'm surprised we're still going pretty strong here because everybody is live right now.
Because I wasn't like super like, oh, this is the greatest title in the world or something, but you could see what they were doing. They're like, oh, we'll put Skywalker in the title. And
I think I'm gonna do a video tomorrow on who I think the Rise of Skywalker is. Who are they referring to?
Oh, right.
I think I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow.
That's
because 100%. Are we all in agreement? It's not Rey.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think it's Rey.
100%. I could see it possibly being Rey. Still,
you can. Okay.
Yeah, but
I don't.
I think it's Luke Skywalker basically. But then if it's not him, then I think it's possibly Rey, and if it's not Rey, then possibly Anakin.
Yeah. Now, do you guys think that Anakin and Obi-Wan are in this movie? Because I think so. I think it's almost 100% now.
I was kind of wondering because I think the door is possibly wide open on that, John. When we talked about like how Luke says, 1,000 generations, and we have passed down our knowledge to you, basically, right?
Right.
And I think it opens the door up for Obi-Wan, and pretty much the ones, that's the ones they would probably go with. I don't think they would bring, a new type of character from 500 years ago or something, right? But yeah, they would stick with the ones that we're familiar with.
But that'd be something though if she ends up being a Kenobi, and we actually find out that if you haven't seen the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan was in love with Duchess Satine.
Yep.
What if they had a secret child, just the way Padme and Anakin had a secret child?
Yep.
And she's like the great granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would not mind that plot point at all.
I don't hate it. I
But
don't hate it.
it would probably
You know.
confuse people if they didn't watch the Clone Wars though.
Right. I just watched that episode. That's that arc. It's funny you brought that up.
It is very clear, and Anakin even knows that they're in love with each other because Anakin says in the Clone Wars, I'll go do this. You go get your girlfriend. And Obi-Wan's like, right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, she's not my girlfriend.
Yeah. I watched that Mandalorian arc right before they took it off Netflix.
But if something like that, they need to do that, somewhat quickly in the, film, establish that fast, right? And kind of like how we were talking about, if they're going to bring Palpatine into this, this kind of stuff needs to happen in Act 1, right? And I don't think it needs to be like some big reveal at the end, if you will, right? I would think you would need to make sure you establish your villain, your hero, and get into the end game, if you will.
And then you give the movie the overarching threat of Palpatine in the background all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
So everything has more urgency all of a sudden. If you've got Palpatine confirmed and lurking in the background, and I guess they expect us to just know that, but yeah, you're right. That needs to happen in the first act of the movie. I'd say the first 30 minutes, really.
Right.
Okay. Well, guys, we're about to wrap this up. We've been going now for about our normal hour and a half now. I think this is a pretty good live stream. May actually go live. Maybe I'll go live Sunday. We'll see. I know I haven't been going live as much as I used to, but it gets kind of crazy when you have a full-time job and putting out content. So it takes time. So
I will probably go live tomorrow sometime, and I will also go live Sunday. So I don't know how long you plan on being live, John. Or do I need if I go live on my channel, do I need to find another co-host for that?
Oh no, Sunday is Game of Thrones. So
well, that won't start to what, 7? So
yeah.
9 o'clock. Well,
yeah,
8 o'clock.
If I go live, it's good. I'm talking. It'll be like 2:30, 3 o'clock or something. As fast as I can do my Mandalorian reaction, and get it uploaded, I'll go live right afterwards, probably.
And we'll still have Bad versus Evil on Wednesday this week.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
get ready for that.
The Last Jedi watch party is next Friday.
Oh my God!
Yep, on my channel.
Man,
The Last Jedi is awful watch party.
Man, I'm gonna get drunk to watch that thing.
Yep, Miller Lights are in my future. That night.
That's too raw for the Last Jedi.
We will add our own special form of audio commentary.
Oh yeah.
The Last Jedi, by the way, everybody, is on Netflix right now. So we'll do this countdown, and then everybody can start it wherever they're at, and then listen to me, John, and Dog rip it apart as we're watching it.
Yeah, you guys should be lucky it's not on my channel. I wouldn't make you guys suffer like that. So, but Rose Rants, he doesn't care.
I hate Ryan Johnson. I'm gonna enjoy participating in with my brethren of destroying that heaping pile of dog shit. Okay,
and of course you would choose one of the longest movies too.
Well, I mean, I can't. We're not going to watch Revenge of the Sith and destroy it.
Yeah.
I mean, we may have. I will do other watch parties on my channel for obviously good movies, but I thought, man, that'd be fun. We all hate The Last Jedi with a hot 10,000 suns, white hot passion. So I thought it would be fun for all of us to get on there and just sort of kill it.
No, me and my wife watched Infinity War last weekend. That's a long movie. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes, but it doesn't feel like it because it's just so epic.
Yeah.
It just flies by.
I just
That-
watched it again last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was on vacation last week, I watched Infinity War. I watched Captain America Civil War, Ant-Man 1 and 2. And I think that was the only MCU movies I had watched getting ready for Endgame. So still haven't seen Captain Marvel. Won't see it. So
I'm good.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, guys. We are going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.
Peace.